While we're celebrating 313 Day today, March is also Reading Month. In honor of Dr. Seuss's birthday, it's a celebration to motivate people of all ages to read every day.
So what better way to get started than with a couple of great book recommendations? We love that. And this morning we're joined by English teacher and an avid book reader, Alexander Davidson, is here with us. And we always love a good book recommendation. So what do you have for us?
All right, well, I've got a collection here that I call There's More Where That Came From. All of these books have sequels that are out or are coming out soon. So if you pick one up, you like it, you can keep on grooving with the next one.
That's good.
So first up is Ghost by Jason Reynolds. It's for middle schoolers. It's about a boy who's been all about basketball, but he impulsively decides to join a sprinting race and wins. Now a track coach is trying to recruit him to the team, but he doesn't realize that Ghost has a lot of anger from his past. And while running has been part of his life, he's not sure if he's running to something or from something.
So there's a lesson in there.
Interesting.
Absolutely.
And did you say middle schoolers?
Yes.
So what kind of age range would you say?
I would say like 5th through 8th.
Okay.
Really good for anyone who likes bonding and teams, but like that little athletic side is good for people as well.
All right, what's the next book you have here? It looks a little thicker.
It is. This one is for teens. It's called The Inheritance Games. And Avery is a teenager just trying to survive high school. But her life is totally changed when she inherits billions of dollars from a complete stranger.
Ooh, nice.
But in order to accept the money, she has to live for 1 year in his mansion. The catch is that also living in the mansion is the entire family he just disinherited.
Oh, there's a twist.
So what she doesn't realize is there's a bigger game at play, and she's just one piece of it. This is going to keep you turning the pages because it's full of riddles and puzzles and clues, and you just got to figure out what's going on.
So kind of a little bit older, though, you would say.
Yes, I'd say this is more your high school students.
Okay.
But adults like it as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, anyone can really read these as long as you can comprehend what's being said. It's when you say teens, it's for older people as well.
Yes,
right?
Young adult books are not just for young adults. They're for everybody.
Now, just before we get to the last two books, you know, give us some tips for people to get them to read. I mean, when I was a kid, I had 3 options. I could watch TV, play with a stick, or look at the clouds. Now you got, you know, phones, you got gaming devices, you got so many options. How do you get kids to read?
So March is National Reading Month. It's such a great opportunity to remind people that reading isn't just important, but it's fun. Books are meant to be enjoyed and shared. And sometimes it's just the idea of finding the right book for the right person, and that's all it's going to take. So maybe a little bit of experimentation. Are you more of a thriller or a nonfiction or a romance reader? And just getting your feet wet with a little bit of everything until you find your niche.
Yeah, and I feel like once you can get a child hooked, then they kind of like develop that love of reading over time. At least you hope, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and so what is the importance? In March, you want people to read every day. What's the importance of reading every single day? Is it to create that habit?
Habits are huge. When you can build that routine into your life, you're going to be way more likely to follow it. Now, it does take doing something 7 to 21 times before it becomes natural. So if you're just doing it for a week, that might not be enough. So to try and read every day for a month, that's really going to set that baseline for something you can do every day.
Yeah, and these great books are great suggestions for that. So now let's continue with the books that we're on to this one. What's this one about? Red Rising?
This is for older teens or adults. It's a science fiction. It takes place way in the future where everybody is a different color of the rainbow, and there's a caste system associated with that. Darrow is a red, so he's at the bottom of the bottom. But he finds out that his entire community is being manipulated and lied to by the government. So he becomes genetically modified into a gold, the top elite class, and he's going to infiltrate an elite academy where all of the kids of the government officials go to try and get in their circles and maybe take down the government.
This sounds Hunger Game-ish to me.
It really does. Fascinating. And then that brings us to Guncle, which we've seen before.
Guncle is amazing. Patrick is a gay uncle, or Guncle, who loves spending time with his niece and nephew. But when the tragedy strikes, they come to live with him for the summer in Palm Springs. And he thinks he's got it made. He's got a set of life rules. He'll be this wisdom figure. But he doesn't understand that actual parenting comes with so much responsibility, and it's a lot harder than he thought it was going to be. I love recommending this book because it's equal parts heartwarming and funny and moving, and it just feels like one big hug.
Yeah, you know, sometimes when people read, they always go to the same genre, you know, sci-fi or action adventure or romance. would you recommend kind of varying your books from time to time to see if you actually enjoy another genre?
I find that whenever I stick to one genre for too long, it starts blending together, and the books don't feel as special as they could. So I like to shake it up, branch outside of my comfort zone, try something new. If I'm doing too many family dramas, maybe a young adult thriller, maybe a horror, maybe a romance, just to shake things up and get me outside of my comfort zone. And I love stuff like online reading challenges that have like monthly prompts to just kind of motivate you and like, oh, I have a book that has been sitting on my shelf for so long. Let's pick that one up and see what it's all about.
Get the dust off it, read it.
You know, curious too, as a teacher, do you encourage your students to stick with a book until the end, even if they're, you know, starting it out or halfway through and they really are not interested and would rather jump to something else?
So this is a hot topic because I am equally pulled in both directions. I say, if it's for school, don't give up. I picked it for a reason. I hope you're going to get something out of it. You just have to trust the process that I know what I'm doing when I'm giving you this book to read. And you never want the students to feel like whenever they face a challenge or something they don't like, that they can just give it up and move on. But if it's not for school, there are so many books out there. If you're not enjoying it, move on. Get to something you will like, because life's too short and there are too many options to waste time with a bad book.
Yeah,
exactly.
no point in wasting time.
I stuck it out in a book once. It took me like 5 months because you know, you didn't want to go and then you're like reading a page here and there.
Dust
I know. It just, after that I was like, if I don't like it, I'm moving on. So quickly, tell us about your Instagram book page.
So Mr. D Reads is a book account that I've been running for about 3 years now. It's a great online community of book lovers and readers. We get to share book recommendations and really just have fun with this hobby that has become such a big part of our lives.
Yeah, it is. It is a lot of fun. So if you haven't checked it out, you definitely should. Thank you so much, Alexander, for being here. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Great recommendations.